Once more, welcome class. So this is our second video on solving problems using three-set Venn diagrams. So in a three-set Venn diagrams class, so we noticed that there are 8 regions to fulfill or to accomplish. So we have in the region, let's say for example, in set A, we have 4 regions. In set B, again, another 4 regions, but the 3 regions are common to the other set. Then in set C, we also have 4 regions, but then again, we have several regions, or the 3 regions are the intersections of the other 2 regions. So the other one is the region that is outside these 3 sets. So let's start with the first problem. Now, if there are 100 students who were interviewed, 28 said they took PE, 31 took biology, so I think this is biology, 42 took English, 9 took PE and biology, 10 took PE and English, 6 took biology and English, and 4 took all the 3 subjects. So how are we going to create a Venn diagram out of this? So if you're going to add all these numbers, 28 plus 31 plus 42 plus 9 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4, of course, it will be more than 100 students. So if you're going to create a Venn diagram, then we can now assign these numbers here. So remember, these are the number of students. All of these are actually supposedly be either equals to 100 or less than 100. So first is that we have to find first the intersection of the 3, meaning how many students took PE, biology, and English at the same time, and that's where we're going to put it here. So we can find that usually at the bottom. But first, we have to put first what is the total number of students. So there are 100 here. Then we can now start with our intersection of the 3. So because we have here 4 took all the 3 subjects, so we have to put here the 4. Then we can start going up already. Then the next would be 6 to bio and English. So when you look at bio and English, so this is now the intersection of the 2. We have the part of the English and part of the bio, although it says here 6 to bio and English, but because we already have 4 here, then we have to subtract 6 minus 4, then the remaining 2 will be put here. So still, there is a total of 6 students who took up bio and English, only that 4 here who took up bio and English, but at the same time we have PE, while the other 2 only had bio and English, but without the PE. Then we go up again, so we have the PE and that of the English. This is again the intersection of your PE and that of the English. So because there is a total of 10, so we already have 4 here, so the remaining will be 6. So 10 minus 4 is 6. And again, 6 had had PE and English, but didn't have any bio, while 4 here still have PE and English, but at the same time, they have the bio subject. So all in all, there are 10. Then going up, we have the PE and the for the PE and the bio. So there is a total of 9. And because we already have 4, then we need to subtract 4 from 9 so that we have 5 here. So indicating again that there is a total of students who had PE and bio. However, 4 of which had an additional subject, which is the English subject. But still, they have PE and the bio. Then we go up, we have the English. So all in all, we have a total of 42 for the English. But because we already have 6, 4, and 2 here, so that will be now 12. So out of 40, so we need to subtract now 40 minus 12, and the remaining will be 30 here. Now this 30 here is only for the English only, while the others, like 6, they have English and PE, while the 4 here had PE, English, and Bio, and the other 2 here had Bio and English only. Okay, so we already finished with the English. Then we go up again for the biology or bio. Now for the bio, there is a total of 31, but similar to the English, we have 4, 5, and 2 here. So that is already 11. So out of 31, so 31 minus 11 is 20. And this is where we put the 20 here. And this 20 indicates that these are the number of students who only have bio. They don't have any other subjects. Of course, the other 11 had combinations of the other subjects besides bio. So all in all, if we're going to add, we have a total of 31. And for the last, we have our PE. Now, there is a total of 28 PE. Then we already have our 6, 4, and 5 again. So this is already 15. So we need to subtract 28 minus 15, and we have the remaining 13. So this 13 here indicates that they only have PE, but they don't have any biology nor an English subject. And of course, the remaining here, the 15, so they have PE as well. However, they have other subjects besides PE. So if you're going to add all of this, and if the total is 100, then there is no students that did not enroll any of these three subjects. However, if the total is less than 100, then we put the number outside, indicating that there are still some students who don't have any of these three subjects. So if we're going to add 13 plus 5 plus 20 plus 4 plus 2 plus 6 plus 30, this is only equals to 80. But since there is a total of 100, so we have here the 20, indicating that these are the numbers of students, part of the 100. However, they don't have any of these three subjects. So if we're going now to answer some of the questions here, so how many students took none of the three subjects? So indicating that none means that they don't have any PE, biology, or English, and that would be your 20. So there are 20 students who did not take any of these three subjects. For the second one, how many students took PE but not bio or English? In other words, we have here four choices, but only took PE, but they don't have any biology or an English subject. So we have to remove this, and we have our 13 here as our answer. So the answer will be 13. And for the third, how many students took bio and PE but not English? So we have to look for bio and PE. So here we have two choices. We have here 5 and 4, or 5 or 4, but only took bio and PE but not the English. So here the 4 is including the English, so we are only going to choose the 5. So the answer is 5. So the other Venn diagrams examples are this one. So let's have this. So sometimes class, you have this kind of a problem where the digits or the numbers are part of the statements. So sometimes you really have to look for the details. So in this case, in a survey of university students, 64 had taken mathematics course, 94 had taken chemistry course, 58 had taken physics course, 28 had taken mathematics and physics, 26 had taken mathematics and chemistry, 22 had taken chemistry and physics courses, and 14 had taken all the three courses. Then we have these questions. Find how many had taken one course only, and find out how many had taken in at least one of the subjects. So before we can answer these two questions, first we are need to find out first, okay, we don't have the total number. of how many students were interviewed. However, what we have are only this number of students based from the number of subjects that they have taken. So we assume, class, that all of these students are part of these three sets. So first, we need to find out how many students had taken all the three subjects, and we need to highlight that. So we have 14. So 14 here had taken all the three courses. So we start from the intersection of the three. Then we can now start going up, okay? Meaning we need to find out the intersections of the two sets. So here we have 22 had taken chemistry and physics course. So between chemistry and physics, so we have 22, but then we already have 14 here, so we need to subtract 22 minus 14, so the remaining 8 will be put here, indicating that this is the number of students who had chemistry and physics, but they don't have math. While the 14 here had chemistry and physics, however, they also have math subjects. But still, they have chemistry and physics. The next would be 20. 6 had taken mathematics and chemistry. So here we have the part of the math and the part of chemistry. So there is a total of 26. However, because we already have 14, so we need to subtract. So 26 minus 14 is 12, indicating that 12 here had math and chemistry but don't have physics, while the 14 here still have math and chemistry, including physics. And of course, the intersection now between math and physics. So we have 28. So 28 had taken math and physics. So again, we have here the intersection of math and physics. But since we already have 14 here, which is part of the 28, so we need to subtract. So 28 minus 14 is 14. So again, 14 here indicates that still they have math and physics, but they don't have chemistry, while the other 14 still have math and physics, including chemistry. So we already have these 4 in the intersections. So the remaining will be the other 3. So we can go up again. So we have here 58 had taken physics courses. So the word taken physics courses, class, does not mean that only physics. So inclusive the others. So if there is a total of 58, so we need to subtract 58 minus 14 minus 14 minus 8. And that remains 22. So again, if you add 14 plus 14 plus 8 plus 22, it goes back again to 58. So the 22 here only indicates, class, that still they enrolled in physics. However, they don't have any math subject nor a chemistry subject, only physics. So they are still part of the physics course. Of course, the other 3 here had also physics, but they have math, chemistry, or both math and chemistry. But still, they have physics. Then for the chemistry course naman, so 94 had taken chemistry courses. So all in all, there should be 94. But then we already have 12, 14, and 8. So we need to subtract 94 minus 12 minus 14 minus 8, and the remaining will be 60. So indicating, class, that 60 here had chemistry subjects, but they don't have math nor physics. But still, they have taken chemistry. And for the last here, we have our math. So 64 had taken mathematics courses. So again, we still have 14, 14, and 12. This is part of the math. So 64 all in all. So 64 minus 12 minus 14 minus 14. So the remaining now is 24. And there are 24 students who had math, but they don't have chemistry nor physics. But still, they have part of the math courses. And again, if you're going to add all of these four, it will add to 64 students. So we already have our Venn diagram. So to answer the question, okay, for the first one is how many, or find out how many had taken one course only, meaning only one, either math only, or chemistry only, or physics only. So we can already see our solutions. So if we're going now to highlight, okay, the 24, the 60, and the 22, so these are the only answers. So there are only 24 who had math only, chemistry there are 60, and physics there are 22, because we only going to add those who had only one course, meaning they don't have any other courses but only one. So the answer now will be 24 plus 60 plus 22 is 106. So a total of 106 students. The other question here is, for the second question, find how many had taken in at least one of the subjects, meaning one subject only plus the number of students who had two subjects and the number of students who had all the three subjects. In short, we are going to add all of this. So 24 plus 12 plus 60 plus 14 plus 14 plus 8 plus 22, or that would be now the number of one subject plus the number of two subjects taken plus the number of all the three subjects taken. So all we need is to add all of those numbers here that we found, then that would be a total of 154 students. So therefore, there is a total of 154 students who had taken at least one of the subjects. So the word at least, class, means that one or more. So since we only have maximum of three subjects, so we only have maximum of three subjects. Okay. Now, here's another problem, but this is now in terms of a percent. So this is quite a confusing, class, kasi nga there is already a variables involved, and this is in terms of percent. So in a city, 85% of the people speak Tagalog, 40% speak English, and 20% speak Ilocano. Also, 30% speak Tagalog and English, 13% speak Tagalog and Ilocano, and 10% speak English and Ilocano. Find the percentage of people who can speak all the three languages. So this is quite a tedious, class, because supposedly the easiest for us now is to find the intersection of the three, and yet this is now the unknown. So we just put here a variable x, indicating that we do not know this percentage. However, what we know is that the total number now, or the total percentage, should be 100%. So if this is x, because this is the one that we need to solve, then we can just identify the other. 10% speak English and Ilocano. So this is the region where we have the intersection of English and Ilocano, because this one here is the intersections of all the three who speak all the three languages. So here is the intersection of the English and Ilocano. So it says that 10% speak English and Ilocano. So because we have here the x percent and the total is 10%, so we need to subtract minus x. So 10% minus x is the remaining percent, those who speak English and Ilocano but not Tagalog. Okay, then the next will be 30% speak Tagalog and Ilocano. So again, we have here now the intersection of Tagalog and Ilocano, but then we already have the X percent for those who speak all the three languages, including English, but still they speak Tagalog and Ilocano. So for this part here, we need to subtract 13% by the X percent, which is the unknown. Then, for the third part here, so 32% speak Tagalog and English. So this also includes the X percent. Now for this particular region, we need to subtract the X percent so that this will be the percentage of those who speak Tagalog and English but not Ilocano. However, the X% here is still part of the Tagalog and English, only that this percent here of people still speaks Ilocano besides Tagalog and English. Then we go up again. So here we have 20% speak Ilocano. So if we have here the percentage, okay, part of the 20%, ito. Tapos, ilang percent lang maiwan dito? So that's the question. So how did we get X minus 3%? So if we're going to add 13 minus X plus 10 minus X, then you subtract this from the 20%. So we have here our solution. So the 20%, because this is the total for the Ilocano speaking, then minus the 13 minus X plus your X, which is at the center, and the 10% minus X, which is part here. Then simplifying, of course, 13 plus 10 is 23. Then X, negative X plus X is 0. Minus X, we have still the negative X. So 20 minus 23 is negative 3. Negative times negative is positive. So we have negative 3% plus X, or this could be X minus 3%. So this is now the remaining percent out of the 20 who only speaks Ilocano, but they don't speak Tagalog nor English. So the same pa rin doon sa iba, like for example in English, 40% speak English. So again, there is a total of 40%, but of this 40% class, we already have the 3. So we add this 3, we subtract this from 40%, then the remaining will be your X minus 2. So again, how did we arrive at X minus 2? So we have here the 40% minus the total of the 13 minus, or the 32 minus X, plus your X, and the 10% minus X. If you're going to combine all of this, 32 plus 10 is 42. Then again, negative X plus X is 0 minus X. So we have 42 minus X. Then 40 minus 42 is negative 2. Then negative times negative is positive X. Or this could be rewritten as X minus 2. And that will be the percentage for those who speak English only. They don't speak Tagalog or Ilocano, but pure English lang. And for the Tagalog speaking, so we have 85% of the people speak Tagalog. So similarly, we are going to subtract, okay, 85 by 32 minus x by the quantity 13 minus x. Or in short, we need to add 32 minus x plus 13 minus x. Then we subtract this from 85. So we have here our solution. So 32 minus x plus 13 minus x, simplify. So 32 plus 13 is 45%. Then negative x plus x is 0, minus x is minus x. Then 85 minus 45 is 40. Then negative times negative is positive x. Rewriting this, we have x plus 40%. So that's the reason why, class, we have here the x plus the 40%. Now, how are we going to solve for our x? Now, the total here, class, is 100%, all the three. So if we're going to add all of this, for x plus 40 plus 32 minus x minus 2 plus x plus 13 minus x plus 10 minus x plus x minus 3 will be equated to 100%. Then we can solve for our variable x. So if we're going to do that, then that will be our solution. So if we have here all the variables involved, simplifying this, equating this to 100%, then we only have x plus the 90% equals to 100%. Therefore, x is equals to 10%. And this answers now our question, that there are 10% who speaks all the three languages. So the rest, class, these are already the percentage. And if we're going to add all of this, again, it gives us 100%. Okay, so that's how we solve, class, Venn diagram that involves three sets that has percentage on it. And once again, thank you, and I'll see you again, class, next time. Bye bye.